Hello everyone and welcome back to Chronos Plays Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Today, it's witness testimony again time. The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., true. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. So, if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be this steel samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Alright, so press on everything, pretty much. Yes. How do you know that? Huh? Didn't I just explain? I gave donuts to the young detective. And then, after some rubbish about being a secret pal, he told me everything. I see Detective Gumshoe share his fellow officers' fondness for donuts. The only person I saw at the studio before then was Will Powers. Are you absolutely sure? Oh, quite, Sonny. Nobody suspicious looking passed by at all. Nobody suspicious looking. Right. No one else was there. I went there. What about before you got to the guard station? You mean before one? Why, everyone was in the employee area before then. And I locked the main gate so no one could get in. They could just climb it, you weirdo. Not to mention, if they had, I would have seen them. Are you sure? The witness has answered the question. Anyone going into the studio had to pass by the witness. That's right, Sonny. You let him have it, edgy boy. Edgy boy? Old Windbag sure has balls. Well, you know what I mean. Old Windbags have a way of skipping over important details after all, or for that matter, entirely forgetting them. How convenient. Something for you to look forward to, perhaps. The time of poor Hammer's death was... Yeah? Oh, this is the first one. Okay. So I gotta present information then. Oh, shit! No! I did not mean that! Oh, shit. They are they? Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Yeah, my bad, sorry! Sorry, I actually just kind of wanted to look at the map, and I pressed Y. Okay, no. Yes, maybe. So after the employee area over there, we saw the gate that was moved off. They said a child go through. So it's leading towards Penny being the assailant, right? Is that right? She's small, she could have fit through it. She's childlike, though she's not really a kid. Let's keep going. I already pressed you on everything. Old Windbag sure has balls. What am I missing, then? I'm missing something. Oh, the gate? Oh, but where will we use that on? Well, we'll press here. Sure. Yeah, she already mentioned that. No. Okay. At some point she mentions the gate, doesn't she? There, okay. Yeah. Right, so maybe show the key card there? Oh, fuck. Okay, hopefully I have infinite tries here, because I actually don't. So, present. Is that right? Try it. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. Dots? It does. I don't see anything in contradiction. Huh? Really? Oh, fuck. Objection overruled. Try to think before you make decisions. Alright. Whoops, that didn't go so well. I'm missing something. I'm missing something. I'm clearly missing something. And I don't know what. We're just going through the same presses that we've done before. And everything they're saying... I should probably save. I haven't saved since last episode. So, yeah, let's quickly do that. Okay, so... I don't know. I actually don't know. So you keep saying you saw Will Powers, but... you saw the person in the outfit. Do I just show the picture again, even though I've already showed it? I mean, I saved, so if I run out of health, I can just reload there, but at the same time... Music stopped. Hold it! Look at this photograph one more time. Look at this photograph! This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studio. I'm guessing this was the right one. Yes, sir, Sonny. So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture. And here I thought you didn't know your head from the hole in the ground. Right, anyway, it's also true that the computer on the guard station records all security cam data. Oh, you know, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening. They have a computer printed out. The very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed the words, October 15th, 2 p.m., photo number 2. Even I know it means it was taken at 2 p.m. on October the 15th. Really, Sonny? Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says, photo number 2. Photo number 2? The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it really was the only photo? Order. I'll have a large cheese pizza. Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright. Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not one, but 2 people went to the studio that day. Yet there is only data for one of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access! Dash, the security lady herself! Ah! Watch your mouth, whippersnapper! The only person I saw that day was Will Powers. But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by. Well, yes, that's what it would seem to mean. Could the witness explain to this court? I don't understand these newfangled computer things. My edgy boy, help! Huh? Believe me, I want to. I just don't know what that means either. Some help you are. You're a whippersnapper too. Dots? Whippersnapper? Something the matter, Miss Old Bag? Ah, that's right. I just remembered something. Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate. Someone other than the Steel Samurai? Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way. I see. Your testimony, please. The other person. Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them out. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day. By throw out, you mean delete. Ms. Oldbag, this is the first I've heard of this. Well, of course, Sonny. I only just remembered it. Right. Anyways, Mr. Wright, please begin the cross-examination. Well, I'd say this is a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this. Thanks, Maya. Helpful as always. So, press. Another job. That's right. I check all the people that passed by the main gate that day. I look closely at every one of the photos that security camera takes. Do you back up all the security camera data? Well, they keep telling me to, yes, but those computers are so frustrating. So you just don't do it. I throw out any... You're so fired, old bag. How exactly do you determine what isn't suspicious looking? Oh, you can tell by looking at their faces, for the most part. For the most part? This is a murder trial, Ms. Oldbag. Well, I didn't touch the suspicious-looking Ms. Will Powers photo, did I? I think she's missing the point. Come to think of it now, I remember throwing out one photo that day. Well, who the heck was in the photo you erased? A fanboy. A fanboy? Steel Samurai fanboys, real freaks if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsal from gosh knows who, where. They're always hanging about. One was there that day. Wait a second, didn't you just say no one else could have get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words. Well, you must know there's a drain that goes into the employee area. The gate grate has been loose for a while. It leads outside and, well, that's where they come in. They come in through the drain? I told you they were freaks. Oh, and? They're kids, children, whippersnappers. Kids? So, on the photo that you erased, it was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade. What? Okay. Alright. So I can see this case going on in 2 different directions there. One, I was beginning to think it was Penny, because she's short and small, and might be able to fit through the grate like that. And in the photo, clearly, someone short is wearing that costume. Yeah. Could go out that one fanboy came in, decided to kill the evil magistrate because he couldn't tell the difference between fantasy and reality, right? Order! Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate on their way to the studios that day. One was the Steel Samurai dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be in about 2nd or 3rd grade. Oh, yes. Well, we see his type every day. Can't stop him. Can't catch him. A boy in 2nd or 3rd grade, I assume it'd be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield a samurai spear. Impossible, I'd think. It's quite heavy. Right, as I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data. Nick, what's going on? I mean, the boy was there, that makes him a suspect. Yeah, and they already trying to unsuspect him. This court will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time. October 18th, 11 a.m. Mr. Powers? Yes? Tell me straight, were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio. I didn't go to the studio, I was sleeping, honest. So who was the Steel Samurai in the security photo? Well, how should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really. What? You should have taken better care of your stuff. I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal a Steel Samurai costume. So where does this leave me? It doesn't look good. Sniffle. You're the only likely suspect right now, even though clearly in that photo it's not you. Nick! What are we gonna do? First we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this. Right! And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get... then we can get another day. Right, but if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot. You don't sound very optimistic. I'm not optimistic at all, actually. Hey, Nick, it's time. Okay, let's go. What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, you will present the prosecution's thought on this matter. The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studio was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence. But there is still no one else that could have committed that crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers. Very well. Mr. Wright, your thoughts? The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime. Orta, interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind. However, be aware that this court does not look too kindly of accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized. Right, great. As if the stakes weren't high enough. So, who was this person? What did I save? It's right here? Right here. Alright, great. That's great. Just in case. The assistant girl, the grade school boy, the security lady. Alright, so, I don't think it's a security lady, but... it's not unheard of, I should say. I wasn't going to say uncommon. It is not unheard of for a child to murder someone. I mean, it happens. A lot of the times, it is by accident, sure. Sometimes there's clearly some mental illness in play. But I don't know. I guess, like, I was thinking maybe the assistant girl did it, right? Pennywise. Ah, man, I don't know. I mean, nothing really. I'm only saying that though because, like, let's back up a little bit, actually. Yeah. Okay, yeah, let's definitely back up there. So, why don't I think it's a security lady? Because in the photo, it's clearly someone short walking in the costume. I don't know the height of the security lady, though. She said she threw out the first picture because it was a creepy fanboy, which is odd. And I'm only thinking the assistant girl because I'm, well, jaded as fuck, and to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know why. So, maybe it's a red herring. Maybe the feeling I got from the assistant girl really isn't really a feeling, and it's either the grade school boy or the security lady now. So now I'm just, like, waffling back and forth. But why? Okay. We don't have any proof that's the assistant lady. So we actually should cross her off the list. Yes, she's small. She's childlike. She could fit through the grate. But that's only to get into the place for the boy, who's small and is a child. And clearly someone small and child was wearing that costume in that photo. However, she said the photo of the boy was thrown out. Why was the photo thrown out, though? You get a creepy freaking invader trespassing on property and you're just gonna throw out the picture for some reason? That sounds like a red flag, even if she does say it happens all the time. I think the assistant girl and the grade school boy are red herrings. Is it the security lady? It was the security lady, Wendy Oldbag. Oh! The Steel Samurai is dragging his leg in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about the morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady, Oldbag. What? Whippersnapper. Order. Is that true, Oldbag? Oldbag? That's Ms. Oldbag to you! Ms. Oldbag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume. Then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder. Why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume? Why do you think, Judge? Simply, Your Honor. She knew the cameras at the gate would take her picture. If she was in his costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers. I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright. Have you decided maybe, or thought about becoming a detective? Because you seem to be more on the investigating side. Oh yeah, right there. Sherlock's home too, baby. Huh. That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection of some new damning evidence? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter? Prosecution has no meaningful objection at this time. What? What's that supposed to mean? So you all think I did it? Is that it? Hedge boy, don't just sit there, do something. What's my move? Maybe now's my chance to take this all the way? I mean, yeah. The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Ms. Oldbag's actions on that day. But why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer? You forgot that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too. Indeed. That did it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope. Wait just a minute. What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy, the one who photo I erased. He's only a grade schooler though, as you said. Second or third grade, was it? That doesn't matter. When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10-second stops. That's weird. That boy is not the killer. What? How can you be so sure? Or is it to be nice to be kids and mean to your elders day, whippersnapper? I have proof. Proof? Indeed? Then let's see this proof. Yeah, let's see this proof, Phoenix, because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed the murder. Oh, card key? I mean, we got one, but yeah, card key? Take that! The scene of the murder, as we all know, was Studio 1. However, you need a card key to enter Studio 1. How could a boy with no formal relation to the studio have a card key? I see. Well, would the witness care to comment on that? The Windbag, speechless. This has got to be a first. Very well. The court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Miss Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Miss Windy. What was her name? Something Oldbag, Your Honor. Then the prosecution will look further into this Oldbag before we continue. That is all. This court is adjourned. Fair enough. Wait a second! I'm not going to just sit here while you run off barking up the wrong tree, me! I'm talking! Oh, great. Stop the presses. The Windbag wants to talk. Miss Oldbag, what is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony? Actually, if you must know, this is something I was told not to talk about. Not to talk about? By whom? Huh, you mean it wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk? Well, testify. My lips were sealed. Okay. Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There was some other people at the studio on the day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me to just pretend they hadn't been at the studio that day. But if you're gonna go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free. Okay. Ms. Oldbag, this is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the court until now? Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told. Dots. No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the old bag. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. My lips were sealed. Unbelievable, really? Global Studios wanted me? Yeah, press. So you were told not to talk? That's right, by the studio and the TV bigwigs, no less. Why didn't I hear about this? Don't be too hard on yourself, Sonny. We were all in on it. There were some other people at the studio the day of the murder. Who were these people? Well, the director and the producer for starters. The director? We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action without the director? Of course! Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it. So, where were those people? The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime, and they had a meeting after that. Where? Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer. Studio 2? There was a Studio 2? Well, if you look at the guide map, here it is. You go through the gate all the way to the left. The path there where the monkey's head was falling over. Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue cross-examination? I think I've already asked all my questions, but... I mean... yeah? Oh. Okay. Okay. Well, so I did. No, we didn't, yeah. Miss Oldbag, this is a trial for murder. I know that's silly. Still, they were pretty convincing about having nothing to do with it, and they gave me a little bonus on the side. You were bribed! So you got your bonus and you still talked. Huh. I think I've asked all the questions I have to ask. So I guess take a break then? Your Honor, we have learned there were others at Global Studio on the day in question. The director and the producer and some bigwigs were all present. Yet, as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Will Powers. The court acknowledges the defense's point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Miss Oldbag, and more information about these other people, as we have just been told about. I understand, Your Honor. This ends the day's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. This court is adjourned. Edgeworth is like being a good boy this time around. Or at least a laid-back boy. Thank you so much, Mr. White. I was right to ask you to defend me. Oh, really, it's nothing. Grin. Oh, and should I sniff? Don't sniff him. Maya, do not sniff him. We'll be going down to the studio to do some more investigating. We have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up at the next trial as witnesses for certain. So now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination. So, Nick, have we figured out just who it is that was in the stale costume? Could it really have been the old windbag? What do you think, Mr. Powers? I don't think it was her, really. Neither do I, Nick. Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying some time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off of Mr. Powers. Poor old windbag. I kind of feel sorry for her. I don't. Well, she wasn't winning any points in there, or with or without any accusations. Okay, let's get down to the studios. Right! We'll be back to visit you soon. Have fun in jail! To be continued. Alright. So they don't think it's Windbag. Well, I actually don't know. I guess it could be someone we haven't met yet. I kind of thought for certain it was going to be Penny after talking about it, and every time, like, Phoenix was like, the assistant, so you have an assistant. Maybe she'll turn to the dark side. No, I don't know. Yeah, well, I guess we'll find out next investigation, right? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, press like below. If you're not subscribed yet, want to get my videos so I can check out some of the content, see if it's to your liking. Once again, thank you for watching. We all have a great day.